The Last of Us took the world with storm back in 2013 when the game first got released. 7 years later, part 2 got out and it took the world with storm again. Now, in 2023, guess what everyone is talking about? The TV show that got released on HBO Max. As many of you know, I am a huge fan of The Last of Us, and it was the game that kickstarted my entire content career. In this video, I'm going to compare the original PlayStation 3 version of The Last of Us released in 2013 with the part 1 that got released in 2022, the entire remake PlayStation 5 version. Together, we are going to compare the introduction, when we first meet up with Ellie. We're going to show some of the characters, compare them to each other, and so on. So, let's start at the very beginning of the game. I have synced everything up. You can hear some echo because the audio files are synced up together with each other, so they are supposed to fit perfectly. But some moments can be very messy. They have made the entire PlayStation 5 Part 1 version, the remake of the game, from scratch. It wasn't just fixing up things, they made everything from scratch. So of course, it is gonna be similar, but at the same time, it's gonna be completely different. Now that we're talking about the game, I want to remind you guys, or tell you about it for the first time, you can get 2 hours of free game time over on PlayStation Plus Premium of the PlayStation 4 remastered version and The Last of Us Part 1, the PlayStation 5 version. I really hope that I can convince some of you to play this game, or convince people that have played it before, play the part 1 for the first time. On the left side of the comparison, you're going to see the PlayStation 3 version of the 2013 game, the original The Last of Us, and on the right side, you're going to see the PlayStation 5 version of the game, the part 1 released in 2022. You will also see it up in the corners, what game is which. I will also include some snippets where I come in to explain to you what has happened, why I decided to take it in, what I also want to make you focus on, put your eyes on, and why I've edited the way that I have. Other than that, we're just gonna watch it together, okay? Okay. Start at the very beginning when we see Sarah sleeping on the couch.
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor.
It is synced up perfectly. You can see that they're moving at the same time, but the entire scene on the PlayStation 5 version, the part 1, is a little longer.
He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job. Let's talk about this in the morning, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning.
Crud, what time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
But it's still today.
I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No. Oh, ha ha.
Already here, we can see the differences between the looks of Sarah and Joel. In the PlayStation 3 version, you can see that everything looks a little bit more dark. Or maybe that's just me. I like that it's a little brighter, that you can see the details more. And they even changed the color of Sarah's shirt. In the PlayStation 3 version, you can see that her shirt is a little bit more blue. Meanwhile, in the PlayStation 5 version, it's a little bit more purple. And the singer also looks different on the shirt. Take a look.
My baby girl.
The introduction always starts with you getting to know the characters a little bit, hearing their name. You don't even know who Tommy is right at this moment, but things are about to go down. And let's see how Sarah will take it.
It's the Coopers. Something right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
Jesus.
Dad?
Honey, come here. Jimmy, I am warning you.
You shot him.
Sarah.
I saw him this morning.
Listen to me. There is something bad going on. You've got to get out of here. Do you understand me? Tommy, come on. Come on.
Now we're on our way to meet with Tommy. And as you can see, and I mentioned it earlier, the settings are completely the same. But you can see in the original one, everything is much more dark. Seeing the fire from the gun, it lights up the room because everything is already so dark. But in the PlayStation 5 version, the part 1, everything is much brighter. I personally prefer part 1 in this way because it's so much more light in it and it's still the creepy vibes. Now let's meet up with Tommy and head out on the road.
Holy shit. You
got blood all over you.
It ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
This ain't half the people in the city lost their minds.
Can we just please go?
Some sort of parasite or something. Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
I'm fine. Thanks.
No cell phone. No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
They say where to go?
They said, Army's putting up roadblocks on the highway.
If you notice on the road right now, everything is so dark because it's middle of the night. In the part 1 version, it looks a little bit more foggy.
Did they say how many are dead?
Probably a lot. I found this one family all mangled inside their
Tommy.
house. Right.
Tommy!
Holy shit!
You can't stop here, Tommy.
I can't fucking drive through them! Go! Back up there! They're behind me too! There! Hold on! Go!
What is it?
My leg hurts.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
We're gonna need to run.
I'm gonna show you a bit of the gameplay itself. I also decided to include 2 moments of explosions. If you have been to the stream, I played it up before. I also have YouTube videos up where I play part 1 for the first time. You can see how it just swoon over how the explosions are different. So of course I had to include it in this video too. Also, in this part, it's gonna be a little bit messy to listen to, I know, but I wanted to show you that it is exact same time, but they have changed up when Tommy says something and when Joel says something in both games. And now the explosion is a little bit later, so maybe you can focus on first explosion and then focus on the other one to see the difference better.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Go! Watch out! Keep your eyes closed, buddy! Keep running!
That was the first explosion. I told you it was gonna be messy, but as I also said, some moments are so similar, other moments are not. Let's continue.
Get back! There's too many of them! This way! Through the alley! There's too many of them! This way! Through the alley! Dead! God damn it!
We're almost there, man.
Look out to the side! Keep going! Find your way out of here! Come on!
Now we got to see how the gameplay is. I would still say that the PlayStation 5 version is lighter. You see a lot better. I think the PlayStation 3 version can make things a little bit more scary. So I think both of them have their pros. And that in 2013, imagine making such a masterpiece. I decided to also include this next cutscene so you can see more how Tommy looks in both versions.
Get to the highway! Go! You got Sarah! I can outrun him!
Tommy?
I didn't meet you there! Hurry!
Next part, which is the most known cutscene, also the most known scene in the HBO Max TV show. If this is the first time you were seeing this scene without even playing it, you're in for a treat. Enjoy this entire comparison side by side and bring tissues.
It's okay, baby. We're safe. We're safe. Hey, we need help.
Stop!
Please. It's my daughter. I think her leg is broken.
Stop right there!
We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians in the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need... Shit. Please don't.
Oh no.
Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. God. Listen to me, I know this hurts you. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. All right, I want to pick you up. I know, baby. I know it hurts. Come on, baby. Please. I know, baby. I know. Sarah. Baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. 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 Please. 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 Please.
The number of confirmed deaths has passed 200.
It gets me every time. I remember back in 2013, we were going to a cabin here in Norway, and my brother had just gotten The Last of Us, and he decided to show me this introduction, and I was left heartbroken for the entire vacation. You just know that a game is gonna be so good when it leaves an actual print in your heart. Like, it left so many feelings, and I absolutely loved it. Now, let's say hello to Marlene. Let's say hello to Ellie. I'm gonna compare side by side here as well as I did earlier. You can see the comparison between Ellie before and after, and same with Marlene.
Whoa. Come on now. Get on up.
Fuck away from me!
Let her go.
Well, then I'm staying.
Ellie, we won't get another shot at this. But she's not crossing to that part of town. I want Joel to watch over her.
Whoa, I don't think that's
Bullshit,
the
I'm not
best
Ellie.
going
idea.
with him.
I played through this game so many times, platinum did, been in challenges, been talking about this for years, and it still makes me feel upset during these parts. Now that we've seen the introduction of the game and when you first meet Ellie, we've also compared how the characters look before and after. So we've seen Joel, we've seen Sarah, we've seen Tommy, Ellie, and Marlene. Let me show you 4 other characters that are also incredibly known, but I'm not gonna show you more gameplay because I think you should play the game yourself so you can figure out how they look, who they are, their story, and so on. Remember, there's a 2-hour free trial on the PlayStation Plus Premium for the remastered and for the part 1. So let me show you. We have Tess. Tess you meet up pretty early in the game, right after the intro. We have Bill. He has probably made people feel feelings the most in The Last of Us TV show. And then we have my 2 favorites. We have our dear Sam. Oh yeah. And then we have Henry. I'm not even gonna talk about those. I feel like you should play the game or watch the show. Thank you guys so much for watching my comparison of the 2 versions of the same game. The entire remake of the game was made from scratch. They did everything from scratch. Everything looks different. Explosions are better. The lighting is even better. After I played the part 1, I think I noticed more things that I didn't notice first time around. Or maybe I'm just blind. But I think I was the most afraid when I played the original one. Even though that I played it again now to get this footage. It is because everything is much darker, but you have your flashlights. You don't really see anything else other than the light that you get from your flashlight. And in that way, that is the pro. It's a lot more scary. It was also so ahead of its time. But with the part 1, I feel like playing it again, better lighting, everything is brighter, the characters look different, explosions, just the entire action sequence was a lot better on that part. Meanwhile, the original one is more of a horror game. You should totally try both of them out actually, but I personally prefer part 1. Have you watched The Last of Us on HBO Max yet? You should. If you have, totally write some comments down below. Include that there are spoilers, so if others haven't seen it, they can just not read your comment. But I would love to discuss with you. Have you also played the games? What is your favorite? Have you played part 2? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video very soon. Bye everybody.